All right, guys, thank you for joining me once again. You think that, doing this shit 1,000 times, that I'd be ready for the show beforehand, but whatever. Tonight's not going to be a long show because I'm starting to get tired again. I was doing good, man, and now I'm like fucking tired. Whatever. Dobie, thank you for the 5x5. Finley the dog, thank you for the 5x5. Melissa, Patrice, Jacob, Flown Grown, thank you for the 5x5. I appreciate it. What the fuck? Adriana, Amanda, Kathleen, Prep Revelator, thank you for the 5x5. CG Prepping, Dan Phillips, Christian Prepper, thank you for the 5x5. Bush Pig, Prep to Adapt, thank you for the 5x5. As per usual, Betty, the Warden, DB, 5x5 means loud and clear. Danielle, thank you for the 5x5. Or is it Daniel? I can't see. And I can't see what you look like anyway. Oh, it's a dude, Daniel. So, thank you for the 5x spam comment. Appreciate it as always because he doesn't let it go. But anyway, so tonight, guys, I know I did a video on it, and the problems that are going to get worse, right? As far as politics goes, politics is out of control. Both sides. Nobody's is safe. I'm not going to sit here and act like Democrats are bad and Republicans are good, or vice versa. Not going to do that. But PNW, Jim, thank you for the 5x5. And Viking Prepper, thank you for the 5+5. So, guys, a Pew Research report released Thursday found that 70% of Democrats think the government, listen to this, should restrict what appears on social media, a dramatic change from 5 years ago when the majority of Democrats supported a free market of ideas. Democrats are becoming the censorship party. Democrats cannot survive for long if one of the nation's two major political parties wants to put blinders on the public, limiting access to information and canceling political opponents. Now, the Democratic Party wants this, and we've seen this on social media. We've seen this on YouTube. Survival Lily, if I'm not mistaken, had her Instagram account taken down for free speech reasons. Survival Lily. This lady is like a wallflower in comparison to like myself and others. And they took her shit down. I don't know what she said. I think she went over it. I didn't watch the whole video. But they went after her. This is probably like one of the nicest ladies on the planet, right? And whatever. They took her shit down. So we're seeing it across the board, guys. A lot of people are looking to be triggered by anything. So if you say something they don't like, they want you to be canceled. And this is a bad thing because this is only going to get worse, especially if the Democrats stay in power. If the Democrats stay in power, if we allow YouTube, Facebook, Instagram to keep this power as far as restricting what we say, yeah, it's going to be a problem. But now here's the bigger issue. The bigger issue, guys, is that free speech should have consequences. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. They definitely should. When they are false. When they are factual, no. When they are false, they should have consequences. The problem is that during Mr. 19's reign over the world, there were a lot of factual things being said. And people were being demonetized, kicked off, chased out, their medical licenses chased after because they were stating facts. And that the other side of that aisle was looking at it and going, well, that's not facts. Well, yes, it is. Here it is. We're not going to allow that as facts. So now they're not allowing shit as facts. There's a problem. When you start telling people that you look at the facts and you go, well, we don't accept that. Though it is clear as day that there were things that were done during Mr. 19 that just didn't work. We knew didn't work. Come to find out later, it did not work. A lot of cases are starting to be won now where jobs got rid of people like myself and other people. Um, are winning the case of getting their jobs back because it was illegal for, and I found another case like that. This was for a pharmaceutical company. A couple of pharmaceutical employees got fired from their company for not taking the shot, and the judge awarded them their jobs back. So this is happening all over the country now. So though people didn't want to take it for factual reasons of they didn't trust it, and they didn't trust it because of the research that was involved, the things that were done for it, the way it was pushed, the way they were telling people, well, if you don't take it, you're going to be in big, big trouble. Nobody wanted to hear that shit. So with that, a lot of people are like, this doesn't seem right. And listen, guys, the whole shot thing, it didn't seem right. There was something off about the whole thing. With that, guys, people just didn't trust it. So now we're having people tell us what is free speech and what isn't. And you're going to hear the term limited free speech or limits on free speech, and it's going to be a fucking detriment to this country. Now, a slim majority of Democrats, 53%, agreed that speech should be legal under any circumstances, while a third of Democrats, 34%, think Americans have too much freedom, too much free speech, according to the polls. A slim majority of Democrats, 53%, agreed. That doesn't make sense, but I copied and pasted this. A slim majority of Democrats, 53%, agreed that speech should be legal under any circumstances. Oh, I copied it twice. Sorry. That's why I looked fucking. I'm like, why the hell did I copy twice? So they don't want too much freedom. They don't want too much free speech. They want our speech to be curtailed to what they like. They want to hear roses, flowers, and cats. I don't understand it. Sorry. But anyway, guys, they're going to keep pushing this thing. They're going to keep pushing this whole limited free speech shit, and you got to be super aware of that term. You're going to start seeing it soon, or more often, rather. Sorry. Now, the poll also found that a majority of Democrats, 52%, approves of government censoring social media posts under the rubric of protecting national security. You can use national security as an excuse for anything. Well, we don't like what you said because national security. We didn't like the way you explained how and why you didn't want to take the arm ticket because of national security. You could link national security to anything. Hell, you can link the Patriot Act to anything, and have your free speech limited by this. So this is something, guys, that you should definitely be aware of a little more, especially if it starts trickling into your job. I know job places like mine, I don't have free speech according to them. When I've been in trouble twice with the job before this whole thing, and I got in trouble and I used free speech, and they're like, well, you can't use free speech here, because I'm like, yes, I can, because you just told us that we need to abide by the Constitution and hold up the Constitution. The same thing goes here. Lord Jar Jar, thank you for the 5x5 or late and shit, but thank you. So, guys, with that, that's going to get worse. Now, here's another thing that's going to get. Here's another thing that's getting. I was fucking floored. I was floored by this shit. I had to read the comment twice. I was on Reddit, and this lady, they were talking about the arm ticket not affecting. Oh, the arm ticket helping out with newborn babies, and how women getting it before they give birth protects the babies from Mr. 19, which is bullshit, because kids and babies are still catching it outside of the womb. Not the point. The comment underneath, women bought into it, says, I just got the new updated version of the arm ticket, and I'm 9 months along. I was like, she was like, I don't, my baby's doing fine. I'm doing good. There's no abnormalities. I said, yeah, until your baby starts to have learning disabilities, then you're going to see it. Not to mention, this idiot gave them the new version of the arm ticket, not to mention all the other arm tickets that the baby has to take when they're born and in the next couple of years. Your baby's going to have learning disabilities, hands down. And I should have been like, mark my word, you're going to have a retarded kid at the age of like 5 or 4 or whatever. But whatever. Um, People are buying into it. That's my point. People are buying into this new arm ticket. I didn't think many people would. I knew that some people would, but I had no idea that a lot of people are buying into that and that they're lining up for this. In fact, my wife, I know we're separated, but my wife told me the other day she went to CVS and there was a long fucking line inside the CVS for the new arm ticket. So yeah, man. Somebody just made a comment and Grateful Prep NJ. I agree. I concur. We have a higher autism rate here in this country. Very high. Other countries don't. I'm going to leave it at that. But sorry, I'm reading the comments over here. But yeah, listen, it's people are buying into this shit, and I just don't understand it. But here's the other side of that coin. Do we want to stop these people from taking it? If these idiots are still buying into it, they're too stupid to breathe air. That's like my ultimate thinking. But my other thinking is we need to stop it, because if we don't, they're going to win, because then they're going to get the smaller group of us, and it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight to the finish. But yeah, man, people are still lining up for this shit. I am surprised. And she said a long line. I was like, yo, next time take a picture of that shit and send it to me. But whatever. Someone was like, nope. Yeah, I don't know. And he said, I wish my brother would have listened to me. Listen, I told a lot of guys not to take it. I told guys don't take it. And guys are like, I had to because of my job. I'm like, yeah, well, now you got medical problems and now you're not fucking working. So was it worth it? And guys are like, no. Always listen to the fucking black guy, right? Always bet on black, right? What movie was that? Was that Action Jackson? I can't remember what movie that was from. But anyway, yeah, it's just whatever, man. So with that being said, guys, how far are we in? All right, a couple more minutes. Annie, did Annie answer that question? I wish my brother would listen to me. And someone said, sorry, Annie. All right. Maybe he passed away. Sorry if he did. Passenger 57. Thank you, Richard. I knew somebody would know that one. A lot of you guys know that one. All right. Or a couple of you guys know that one. Wesley Snipes. Yes. All right. Why was I thinking Action Jackson? Who are you, Wesley Snipes? Wesley Snipes was, Action Jackson was, what was that line? That was a good fucking movie. I was watching that movie again. As bad as that movie is, I was just like, it's still good. It's still a decent movie. And Vanity was in it, and she was fucking hot to all hell in that movie. Christian Prepper, always bet on black. Passion 57. Someone said, got a CVS text. My vaccine is ready. What? Juvie Joe said that. He's like, wait, what? I didn't sign up for this shit. Oh man, you're gonna see the fucking campaign, guys. You're gonna see the campaign. You're gonna see they're pushing it more and more. My buddy was at the Yankee game. I think it was the Yankee game, or was it a Mets game? But she texted me that Moderna is starting their shit. Where was she? She was at a Mets game, Citi Field. And underneath the screen, it had a Moderna ad. So, yeah, guys. We're going to see more and more of it. We're going to see more advertisements of it because they took a massive hit. No one's signing up for their bullshit again. Nobody wants to hear about it. And so, yeah, Christian Prepper said, watched Fast and Furious 10. It was a horrible movie, but I got to finish it out. I'm invested in the Fast and Furious franchise. I have to see it through. But anyway, um, yeah, we're just going to see more and more advertisements for this shit now. We're going to see it in a lot of places. And you're probably going to get text on your phone. You're going to see commercials on TV. We're going to see commercials on YouTube. We're going to see it all over the place. So, yeah, man. Fuck them. Right in the ear. So, like I was talking before, guys, a more in-depth story on the Target problem. The Target problem is a real problem, especially if they start closing down more stores. The retailer will be closing stores in New York, San Francisco, Seattle, and Portland, saying its business had been hurt and the safety of its employees and customers are at risk. Target is closing 9 stores in major cities across 4 states, not 3, like I said earlier, claiming theft and organized retail crime have made the environment unsafe for staff and customers and unsustainable for business. Ryan, the Eating Warrior, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Uh, yeah, Ryan, in St. Louis, they're wearing masks down there because here in New York, it's an even amount. Like if you get on the trains, you see people wearing a mask. You see people wearing a mask. Oh, not everywhere though. It's not bad. It's not like it used to be. But thank you for the donation, by the way. But yeah, people walking around in masks. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You know, like, I'm like, are you fucking retarded? Take the mask off. The war's over. It's done. It's done. Be like, enough. Take it off. You know, like that's what I want to say to people who are wearing a mask. Like old people, I don't even bother because they're old. You know, they don't want to get the flu and all this other bullshit. Fine. When you see young people with it on, you should be like, enough already. Take it off. Like you want to chastise them, but you can't. Anyway, the big box chain is part of a wave of retailers, both large and small, that say they're struggling to contain store crime that have hurt their bottom line. Many have closed stores and made changes to merchandise and layouts. So the CVS, again, the one that my wife was in a couple of days ago, she said that they started locking everything up. Imagine, imagine not be able to go in the store and just pick something off the shelf. Now you got to go in the store and get an attendee or whatever the fuck they call them. Like, listen, little doofus, come here with me. I want to get shampoo. Now you got to get somebody to unlock the shampoo because these motherfuckers were stealing anything and everything that wasn't tied down. So the CVS is locking everything up, and I think CVS is eventually going to wind up taking a hit, and they're going to have to fucking deal with it very soon. We will definitely see, because Rite Aid is closing down stores, but Rite Aid is closing down stores for different reasons. So we shall see a fucking course. We shall see um, what goes on there in regards to whether or not CVS is also going to have to follow suit and close down a bunch of stores. But only time will tell. So, guys, nevertheless, guys, skeptics, listen to this part. Nevertheless, skeptics say stores have not provided enough information to back up their claims, and at least one retailer said thefts were exaggerated. What the shit we're seeing on camera every day, like video footages of these events and attacks happening in stores, is above me. I don't understand how this is, how skeptics are saying that these are exaggerated. Leave it to liberals. Leave it to liberals. And the reason why they're saying that is because, obviously, guys, when you close down these stores, now, the Target over on 117th Street is the only one I can speak of. They might lose 100 and something employees. They're going to not have work because there are other Targets they can put them at, but not many. There's a Target over here by me on 181st Street. There's nothing ever in there. I went in there for like a pen, and I'm pretty sure there might have been one. You know, like they steal, and there are cops in that one. There are cops standing at the front door. So yeah, you know, That yes, the whole camera thing. You're on camera now. You know, they're like they smile. You're on camera. Who gives a fuck, you idiot, if the guy's wearing a mask, right? So it's always going to be an issue with the whole camera thing because a lot of these security companies like, well, we have AI technology and they could track them all the way to their home, or we have AI technology, we could identify their face. If they're wearing a fucking mask, it's pointless. Pointless. Anyway, guys, the stores being closed next month include one in Manhattan, that's East Harlem, which has been open since 2010, multiple stores in San Francisco, Seattle, and Portland. In recent months, Target has been vocal on the topic of theft within their stores, particularly about organized retail crime, which is a large amount of merchandise that is stolen and then sold back on the black market, which is eBay and Facebook Market. Now, Facebook Market, and eBay, they they're trying to stop it. They were trying to help, but there's no real way of stopping it because you're not telling these people to provide receipts. If they start doing that, they're going to lose revenue on the other end of people who are just trying to sell some shit. So they're trying to work with these stores, but it's not helping. So while speaking on an earnings call in August, Target's chief executive Brian Cornell said that the company continues to face an unacceptable amount of retail theft and organized retail crime. They said that in the first 5 months of the year, theft in the stores that involved violence and threats on customers and employees rose 120%. On Tuesday, the National Retail Federation, didn't know this existed, released an annual survey of big brands, which found that the average rate of shrink, the industry's term for the value of merchandise that disappears from the stores without being paid, stolen, through theft, or damaged and inventory tracking mistakes, increased to 1.6% of sales in 2022. That was from 1.6 in 2021, and then the average shrink in 2019 was 1.6, and so it dropped a little bit, then it went back up. 36% of 36% of shrink comes from theft, according to the survey, while 29% of it is attributed to employee theft. Nice what they did there. 27% came from process control failure and errors, according to survey. So 27% came from error and tracking error. 29% came from employee theft. Pretty interesting. And the other 36% is from theft itself. Anyway, guys, this is going to be an ongoing problem because we're going to see more stores, again, like Rite Aid, closing down 500 stores. How many employees are going to be laid off now? Target closing down 9 stores. That's not a big dent, especially if they have other stores that they can put their employees in, which I think they can. Right? And Seattle and Portland, they can put them in other stores. Here, they can only put them in the Bronx stores. If they're willing to travel, maybe a little further up north, like in Westchester or in the Bronx up there. So they can put these people somewhere. They're not completely screwed, but if they continue to close down more stores, we're going to see more unemployment because what are these people going to do? Closing down 500 CVS stores, that's a lot of jobs. And that's a lot of old people who can't fucking go anywhere to find jobs anymore. Because when you go to CVS, the lady in there is like 1,000 fucking years old. Her name is Gertrude. She survived fucking, the Korean War and the Civil War. She's like, telling you her fucking war stories and her grandkids and her great-great-grandkids. That lady's not going to find another fucking job once she gets let go from CVS. Right? That's the lady who packages everything super slow. You wish she would hurry up, but you know that she doesn't have much time. And if you yell at her, she might die of a heart attack. But, yeah, man. Those people losing their jobs, that's going to be a continuing problem. And if more and more stores or businesses or chains start closing down, I see a pattern developing, and the pattern developing is connected to Amazon. Now, I was listening to something a couple weeks ago about Amazon wanting to run the entire gamut operation of owning everything you buy and eat and meds you take. Everything. So it's definitely going to be a problem. We're definitely going to see some shit in the near future, or we're going to see more businesses close down. We're going to see more funneling to Amazon. Ryan said oddly specific. Yeah. Oh, sorry, but yeah. Listen, guys, it's just something that we're watching this decline, and it's so slow. It seems fast to us because we're picking up on it. We're paying attention, but it's slow to everybody else because they're not paying attention. But Melissa Ward says I can't defend 6 acres myself. Yeah, no one can. Eric, thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it. But anyway, guys, so I'm gonna go off now. I'm getting a little fucking, starting to slow down. Yeah, I was doing good today, and like I guess it's 10:30. It's old people time. It's time for me to go fucking lay down, have some tea, watch Golden Girls, and think about my next video in the next couple days. But has the Angry Truth ever shoplifted? Has the Angry Truth ever shoplifted? RW channel. I did once when I was a child. It was a small axe. It was at a store in Jersey, and I remember saying I wanted this axe. So I remember I had the axe. I asked my father. He told me no. Right in my pants it went. Walked out the store with it. And now that I'm older, I'm like, that was stupid. It's amazing when you do shit when you're a kid. You think you're in the right, and then you get older. You're like, why the fuck did I do that? But yeah, I did. It was an axe. It was a small hatchet. I don't know what a hatchet. Oh no, I know what I know what a hatchet was. So the hatchet didn't disappear. The hatchet was taken from me by a police officer, and a bunch of years ago, my buddy got into a fight with a bunch of guys, and I came downstairs with the fucking axe in my pants, and the cop fucking singled me out, and it was in my pants. You couldn't fucking see it, and the cop pulls up to this fucking gigantic fight scene, and he pulls up, and out of everybody in the crowd, he's like, that nigga there. And I was like, I didn't even bother running. I stayed still. He got me. He was like, he's like, you. I'm like, what? I didn't fucking do anything. The fight's over there. And he fucking, he puts me against the wall. I'm like, listen, I got a hatchet in my pants. He goes, what? I have an axe in my pants. With that, he goes, okay, and throws me on the ground. It's like, I just told you that. Anyway, takes the hatchet out, fucking calls my dad. My father has to come to the police station to pick me up. And then that was it. Lost the axe. It was a good axe, man. We saw a lot. We chopped some wood, took down some trees. It was my baby axe. I know it was stolen. I stole the baby, but whatever. You know? But yeah, and that was it. Never did anything like that again. Both sides, fucking carrying a hatchet to a fucking fist fight, and going to a store and stealing shit. But yeah, that was Listen, I think a lot of people stole in their lives. And I'm not making any excuses for it. It was wrong. There's no way around it. But it was a lesson to learn. You know, it's a lesson learned. Anyway, guys, with that, I'm gonna go off the air now for real. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit. It was a nice hatchet, guys. It was a sexy hatchet. But yeah, it's gone. And I don't know what the cop did with it. Like I think about it from time to time. I'm like, did he keep it and take it upstate New York to his home, or is it gone? Did they throw it away? Either way, guys, it was an interesting fiasco to say the least. And my father having to come to the police station to pick me up, man, that was bad. And that was right after I got into trouble before. I got into trouble a couple months prior to that. He was done with me at that point. But anyway, thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for following me. I'll be on next week sometime. Again, I don't have a set schedule anymore because of work. So I'm going to pop up when I can. Obviously, I'll schedule it 8 hours ahead of time. But other than that, hopefully you guys can still follow along. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.